Oh boy. Ever since I met Shenhe in the Liyue main quest, she's always been my favorite character. Her design is stunning, her backstory is tragic yet inspiring, she doesn't understand social cues, which I find incredibly endearing for some reason, she likes tea and listening to music, two things I can absolutely jive with, and last but certainly not least, if people are being dickheads, she just beats the crap out of them. The perfect woman. So you can imagine my excitement when I see, after 50 years, that Shenhe is finally getting a rerun. I knew I had to pull for her. The only problem is, I just pulled for Zhongli when her banner was revealed, and now I'm flat broke. As of recording this intro, the date is December 28th, 2024. If the internet is to be believed, the Chronicled Wish banner will run in the second phase of 5.3, which ends February 11th, 2025. Meaning, to guarantee that I'll pull Shenhe, I have exactly 45 days to collect 180 wishes. Well, I already have 2, so technically 178 wishes, which equals 28,480 Primogems. That equates to about 558 Primogems per day. I'm so screwed. Now, I'm free to play, which means I will not be buying my way to victory, although I am incredibly tempted to do so. However, I've saved up a lot of resources, and I have many events and world quests left to complete, so I might actually have a shot at this. Shenhe, my darling, you will be mine. Let the clutching begin! I started my little adventure by exiting Genshin Impact, going to the Standing with Moeka web event, and grabbing a buttload of Primogems. As amazing as the Moeka promo art is, I simply have to skip her. I must remain strong. I'll get her on a rerun banner or something. Right now, Shenhe has my undivided attention. Naturally, I logged in every single day to get my 60 Primogems for doing commissions. Sometimes it felt like a bit of a slog, but my dedication to Shenhe is not to be underestimated. 60 per day multiplied by 45 days gives us a whopping total of 2,700 Primogems, or about 17 wishes. That's a hefty chunk, and we'll subtract it from the total right now. However, daily commissions are the easy part. Now that they're done, we're gonna have to get creative if we want to bag those primo primos. My first thought was, surprisingly, furniture bundles. For those of you who don't know, certain furniture sets in the teapot are favored by a few characters. If you place the set down and invite that specific character to your teapot, they'll be so thrilled with the decorations that they'll give you some goodies. In particular, we're looking for those juicy 20 Primogems each. I started with furniture not only because it's quick and easy, but also because I needed to prepare ahead of time what furniture sets I required. With this knowledge, I could collect materials and construct furnishings well ahead of time. That way, I give myself plenty of wiggle room for those 10-hour-long building timers. The last thing I wanted was to be caught with only 3 days left and still 500 hours of construction time. Here, though, is where we run into our first major roadblock. Half of the blueprints I need are locked behind the Adeptal Mirror, and I can't get to them because I first need to buy from a traveling salesman in another player's world, and I don't have friends. I was absolutely not about to join some rando's world, so for a while, I was stumped. Until I discovered that a YouTube friend of mine had left their teapot open. Now, I don't want to expose anyone, so I'm not going to say who it was, but I will say, despite them having not played in quite some time, I still got to sneak into their teapot, buy from their traveling salesman, and get the required achievement to unlock those blueprints. Who would have thought? It really pays to have friends. If not in real life, then at least in Genshin Impact. That whole endeavor netted me around 800 Primogems. Next up on our Primo pinching pursuit, I finished Shuyu's Baffling Beetle Battle Bowl, which was actually a lot of fun. NANI? It gives 60 Primogems per level for finishing on Friendly Spar difficulty, as well as an additional 20 for completing Focused Fight difficulty. That's 80 per level times 5 levels, which equals 400 Primogems. Not bad for a single event. After that, I did a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I managed to beat Spiral Abyss up to the first level on floor 12. I couldn't get any further because all the enemies are made of pure Hydro for some reason, and poor Nervalette can't do any damage. Also, the Night Soul boost couldn't have helped less, since I don't have a single character from Natlan, so that was completely useless. Anyway, Spiral Abyss got me a cool 650 Primogems. I tried Imaginarium Theater for the first time, which was way too complex, but I skipped through all the dialogue and figured out how to play on my own in classic Aiden style. I finished it in normal mode and grabbed a whole load of rewards. 1,240 Primogems. Then I ran around Natlan and unlocked whatever teleport waypoints I could find, netting me another 60 Primos or so. Except, I kept getting interrupted by all these frickin' side quests. Shut up, Mongchu, or Mongku. Turkey sausage is doing just fine, thank you very much. I finished the Lost in the Sands quest in Sumeru for 40 Primogems. The puzzles were very fun, the seemingly endless dialogue was less so. I did Albedo's story quest, which actually ruled. He's way cooler than I thought, and tied to the main plot of the game? Yes, please. I'm desperate for those little lore drops. I should also mention this whole time I've been getting achievements. It's really hard to keep track of them though, so we'll be generous and say I earned about 150 Primogems from achievements. At this point, I'm getting nervous, because if my math is right, I'll barely have enough Primos to get up to 90 wishes before the banner ends. So either I have to win this 50-50, or the upcoming Lantern Rite needs to give me a crap ton of Primogems. Which it usually does, but I don't think it'll give me all 90 extra wishes I'll need to guarantee that Shenhe comes home. This is a lot closer than I'd like. Lantern Rite rolls around and I'm soaking in the festivities, setting off fireworks, releasing Shao lanterns, the whole shebang. I know it's not the point of this video, but man, Lantern Rite never fails to make me cry. Last year it was Ga Ming and his dad, this year it's everything with Hu Tao. It hit me hard. That scene where Hu Tao walks through the spirit realm, I was a mess. Anyway, Lantern Rite was full of events, and that means ample rewards. I didn't quite finish the web event Rattan Immortals in time, but I still got 60 Primos out of it. The Immortal Combat minigame was lots of fun and earned me 240 Primogems. Can we agree that Ganyu was crazy overpowered in that game? Getting to choose what colors drop next is like playing on easy mode. In sharp contrast to that, Drills by Lamplight was far too complicated for my little bitty brain, and my characters aren't strong enough for it. Not to mention, half the buffs are exclusively for characters from Natlan, which again, screwed me over. Thankfully, you only have to beat each level on the easiest difficulty to collect Primogem rewards, so I got 180 for that one. I designed a couple stunning, gorgeous, beautiful gift envelopes that I couldn't upload because the servers were broken or something, but I'm not mad because they gave me 210 Primogems for the whole thing. Next, I went on a little scavenger hunt looking for giant coins and setting off fireworks. As a reward, I got 250 Primogems. Remember what I said about needing a crap ton of Primogems from Lantern Rite? Not only did I get over 1,000 in total, but they straight up give you 10 free wishes from the Fortunes Coming daily login event, and another 1,300 Primogems in the mail. What I'm trying to say is, I'm set. Lantern Rite came in clutch, and as long as I win the 50-50, Shenhe is coming home with me, no sweat. Let's get started with the wishing, shall we? Come on, 10 more. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Okay, it's happening.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Yelan, now is not the time. Okay, the suspense is actually killing me.
Copy that. Here is a draft service agreement for your review and consideration. Effective immediately if all is in order. Wait a sec. I forgot to sign it.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, no. Yeah, I lost my 50-50. Not only that, but there's only 7 days left on Shenhe's banner. To make matters worse, she's on the Chronicled Wish banner, which means if I don't get another 90 wishes in the next week, I'll lose that fate point and all my progress. At this point, most normal people would say, well, I only have a week to get 15,000 Primogems. There's no way that's happening. It sucks that I waste a fate point, but I'm gonna have to take the L and wait for next time. Not me! I am no normal person, I'm neurodivergent! I locked in for the following week and did everything I possibly could to scrape up those remaining Primogems. As I was scouring the Genshin wiki, desperately searching for easy ways to earn Pinto Gems, I noticed that the offering systems get you 2 free wishes by leveling them up to level 10. And so I began my search for elemental sigils. Doing this, I unintentionally found a lot lot of pimento gems. Opening chests, leveling statues of the Seven, unlocking shrines of depths, I was just doing them for the sigils, but after enough time, I had a considerable stack of primos saved up. After that, I leveled up my characters and tried the Spiral Abyss again, hoping to grab that remaining 150 pesto gems, but it was just too much for me and I had to concede. Then I wanted to try Imaginarium Theater again because they offer an extra 300 Amazon Primo gems for beating it in hard mode. However, another roadblock reared its ugly head this time. I only had 13 usable characters and the minimum requirement is 16. Moreover, they all have to be at least level 70 and I just wasted all my experience books trying to strengthen my team for Spiral Abyss. How did I get around this, you may ask? Well, with an elegant, sensible, and efficient solution, of course. Brute forcing my way through by wasting all my fragile resin. I spent about 30 fragile resin in total doing leyline outcrops to gather experience books to level up a bunch of characters I'm never gonna use, also I can attempt Imaginarium Theater on hard mode. And surely to everyone's surprise, it actually freaking worked. I beat the whole thing after a few attempts and nabbed those sweet, sweet 300 primos. At this point, I've well and truly done everything I can think of to gather wishes. There's only a few days left and I have fallen dreadfully short of what I need. It looks like Shenhe might not come home after all. Except there is one risky and time-consuming option left. My last resort, if you will. You get one free wish for every chapter of the Archon quest you finish. Additionally, each chapter gives out somewhere between 50 to 100 Plinko gems. It'll be unbelievably close, but if I finish Fontaine and all of Natlan within the next 3 days, I have a shot at this. Not to mention, there's an additional 500 Primogem reward for finishing Natlan before the update, so I got to work. I don't want to bore you with the details, so I typed up brief jot notes on how I felt about the whole experience. The whole Prophecy and Ace Attorney vibes surrounding Fontaine are immaculate and I had a great time. Farina is incredibly annoying. I know it makes sense for the plot, but I still wanted to punch a hole in my monitor whenever she spoke. Navia did not deserve all that. She is a sweet cinnamon roll and I feel so bad for her. Wriothesley is one of my favorite characters, and not just because of that booty though. Natlan is by far my favorite region. I adore all of it. The music, aesthetics, characters, animation, history, etc. Moika is the best Archon, and Mualani is 1000% wife material. And lastly, holy crap, I've been pronouncing everyone's name wrong. Nervilet, Wriothesley, Moika, Shilonin. I didn't get a single one of those. Okay, jot notes over. Upon finishing Natlan's Archon quest and claiming the extra 500 Pokito gems, I was finally ready to make some more wishes. I recorded this at about 1 AM and there were only 24-ish hours left, so this really was my last chance. Still nothing. I used up everything I had and all that's left is this one final wish.
My name is Shenhe. I was born fated to bear the curse of calamity, so I am prone to bring harm to the people around me. The Adepti urged me to bind my soul with red ropes to keep my homicidal nature at bay. If you are able to walk alongside me without fear, very well. Now, give me your hand.
That's right, baby! At the last possible moment, just as I had given up all hope, Shenhe comes home! I started this video on December 28th, and we're halfway into February, but I freaking got her! Full honesty, as soon as I pulled Ganyu, I had completely given up. It was stupid to think I could collect 90 wishes in less than a week as a free-to-play, and now I'm gonna have to wait months for the next Chronicled Wish banner. That's what I said to myself, but in spite of that, and despite the odds, I persevered, and now I have a Shenhe to show for it. I will never want for a character again, which is probably a good thing considering I played Genshin for 4 days straight and I need to take it easy for a while. There isn't a more perfect ending to this video. Failing to get Shenhe would have destroyed not only my heart, but also my mind. I've been working on this video for months now, and could you imagine if after all that, I still didn't get Shenhe? I probably couldn't even make this into a video, and all that time would have been wasted. So, thank you for coming home, Shenhe. And thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, hit like and click subscribe. It really helps out a small creator like myself and at least partially justifies all the time I spent in front of my computer trying to obtain a fictional woman from a video game for a YouTube video. What is my life? As always, thank you so much to channel members. Your support helps more than you know. I was gone for over a full month due to complications from my wisdom teeth removal, and you're all still here. The good news is, you only need to get wisdom teeth taken out once, so I can finally get back to making videos on the regular again. Thank you. All of you. Hasta la pasta! Later!